in section 12.3, we talk about measures of dispersion. So measures of dispersion are used to describe the spread of data items in a data set. Two of the most common measures of dispersion are the range and deviation are discussed in this section. So a quick but rough measure of dispersion is the range. This is the difference between the highest and lowest data values in a data set. And so the range, the difference between the highest and lowest data values in a data set, indicated the total spread of the data. So for example 1, the table shows the age of the 4 oldest U.S. presidents at the start of their first term. Find the age range for the 5 oldest presidents. So the oldest was Trump, and we subtract the youngest, who was Buchanan, who was 65, and that means that the range is 5. The second measure of dispersion, and one that is dependent on all of the data items, is called the standard deviation. The standard deviation is found by determining how much each data item differs from the mean. In order to compute the standard deviation, it is necessary to find by how much each data item deviates from the mean. So first we're going to compute the mean, and then we subtract the mean from each data item x minus x bar. So we want to find the deviations from the mean for the 4 data items of the U.S. presidents, 70, 69, 68, and 65. The first thing we need to do is we need to find the mean. The mean is when we add up all of the values and divide by how many items there are. So that's 70 plus 69 plus 68 plus 65. And then we're going to divide by 4. And so on the top we end up getting 272. And in the bottom we get 4. And this gives us 68. So what we want to do now is we are going to take each president and their value. So Trump's value was 70, and we subtract the mean, which was 68. So the standard, or the deviation for Trump, is 2. We're going to do the same thing with Reagan. Reagan's data value was 69 minus the mean, which was 68, and that gives me 1. Then we're going to do Harrison. His data value was 68, and subtracting the mean, we get 0. And then we've got Buchanan, whose data value was 65, minus 68, and we get -3. And so the sum of the deviations from the mean for a set of data is always 0. You can check that in the last example. If we were to add up the 2, the 1, we get 3, plus 0, also 3, minus 3 is 0. And so we cannot find a measure of dispersion by finding the mean of the deviations because that value is always 0. So we have a different kind of average of the deviations from the mean called the standard deviation. And so what we're going to do is we're going to start the process with what we just did in example number 2. You first find the mean of the data items, and then you're going to subtract the mean from each data value. Once you've done that, you're going to square each one of those numbers. You're going to add up all of those squared numbers. You're going to divide the sum that you find by n minus 1, where n is the number of data items. And then once you're done with that, you just take the square root. That value is the standard deviation for the data set. And so the standard deviation of a sample is symbolized by S, while the standard deviation of an entire population is symbolized by sigma. Unless otherwise indicated, data sets represent samples, so we will use S for standard deviation. And this is how you would write it mathematically. S equals the square root of the summation of x minus x bar squared all over n minus 1. And so we want to find the standard deviation from the mean of the 4 oldest U.S. presidents at the start of their first term. And so we already started this process. We did step 1 and step 2 in example number 2. So we figured out that x bar, or the mean, was 68. And then what we did was we took each president's age and you subtract the mean. And so I'm just going to do this really quick. This is essentially what we did in the last example. So now what you do for step 3 is you're going to square those numbers that you found. So 2 squared is going to give me 4. 1 squared gives me 1. 0 squared is 0. Negative 3 squared is positive 9. And once you square each piece, then you're going to add them together. So we have 4 plus 1 plus 0 plus 9. And this gives me 14. And we're going to divide the sum by n minus 1. Well, our n in this case is 4, because we have 4 different presidents we're looking at. And so we're really looking at 14 over 3. Which is approximately 4.67. And so to find the standard deviation, you just take the square root of 4.67. And that's about 2.16. So let's go ahead and find the standard deviation for the 2 samples below. So let's just deal with sample A first. The first thing we have to do is find the mean. And so that's 17 plus 18 plus 19 plus 20 plus 21 plus 22 plus 23. And we're going to divide the whole thing by 7. And so you end up getting 140 over 7, which gives me 20. Now what we want to do is we're going to subtract and square the numbers. So I'm going to do 2 steps in one. We're going to do 17 minus 20 and square it. Well, that gives me negative 3 squared, which is 9. We're going to do that with 18. And this is going to give me 4. We're going to do that with 19. All the way up until 23. And so what we want to do is we're going to add up all of those numbers we just found. So add up 9, 4, 1, 0, 1, 4, and 9. And I got a total of 28. So we're going to take this 28 and we're going to divide by n minus 1. Well, our n in this case is 7. So that's 28 over 7 minus 1, or 28 over 6. And that's approximately 4.67. And then the last thing you do is you take the square root of that number, and so you get about 2.16. We are going to repeat the exact same process, but for sample B. So first we need to find the mean. That's 5 plus 10 plus 15 plus 20 plus 25 plus 30 plus 35. And we're going to divide the whole thing by 7. That's 140 over 7, which is again 20. So we had two very different data sets, but we have the same mean. And then we're going to take each piece of data and subtract the mean off of it and square it. So 5 minus 20 squared gives me negative 15 squared. That's 225. We've got 10 minus 20 squared, which is negative 10 squared, or 100. We got 15 minus 20 squared. That's negative 5 squared, or positive 25. And we're going to keep doing this till we reach 35. And then once we've done that, we want to add them all up. And I got 700. We are going to take our 700 and divide by n minus 1, which we still have 7 data values. So this is 700 divided by 7 minus 1, or 700 over 6. Which is approximately 116.67. And so to find the standard deviation, we just take the square root of 116.67, and that's about 10.80. And because the standard deviation is larger on sample B, that means that sample B is more spread out. So the bigger the standard deviation, the more spread out the data is. And so each data set has a mean of 4 that you'll see below. However, as the spread of the data item increases, the standard deviation gets larger. So observe that when all the data items are the same, the standard deviation is 0. And so you can see below, in A, all of the data items were 4, and so they don't deviate from the middle or the mean at all. In the second one, it had a standard deviation of about 0.8, and so you're starting to see that the data values are spreading from the mean. In part C, we have a standard deviation of 1, and so now my yellow bars are getting even bigger, and the mean is getting smaller. Less data values in the mean compared to outside of it. And then for part D, we have a standard deviation of 3, and so you can see it's 3 bars or 3 tick marks to the left and to the right of the mean.